Hey family, welcome to a haunted house. I'm Star. In today's video, I'm going to show you how we do a board and batten entryway in our new construction home. We already have some existing wall trim here, so we're going to build up on that and bring it around in our full entryway. If you have not done so already, please subscribe below for more home decor, home inspiration videos. And go ahead and like this video because you know it's going to be a good one. And stay tuned as we jump into the video. Here's a quick before. Because we already had existing trim on the wall, we had to match the trim sizes that were already on the wall. So our horizontal trim was 5.5 inches and our vertical trim was 3.5 inches. We got our wall trim from Lowe's. Make sure when you go to purchase that you have already measured your space so that you know how much you need and the height of the trim you need depending on the height of your ceilings. So we initially secure the paneling to the wall with brad nails. You can also use adhesive when you are securing it to the wall, but we opt to brad nail it to the wall first. That way it's easy to take off if you make a mistake and adjust it, because once you put the adhesive on it, it's almost permanent unless you want to kind of ruin your walls. So we brad nail it first and then we add adhesive to the seams after we have finished adding all of the paneling at the end. We do own a compound meter saw, which is super critical to this project. This might be one of the best power tools that we own because we use this almost for every project. Any project where you are trying to build anything, I would suggest owning a compound meter saw. I'll leave a link to one in the description box below. If you are a DIY person and you plan to do projects around the house, I promise you will use it. So get one of these. So we went around first and installed the trim right underneath the ceiling trim that already exists. And we did this just to add some thickness to match the thickness of the other horizontal trim that we will install for the rest of the wall. Then we go around and install all of our vertical trim pieces. And lucky for us, because we already had existing trim on that wall, we went around and just added to the trim that was already there until we got to a certain point. Then we had to measure for the rest of the entryway, but we just used the existing measurements to continue it around to the other walls, especially on the bathroom side. I suggest if you're doing this on the blank wall, make sure that you're taking precise measurements. Consider the thickness of the trim that you want on the wall in your measurements. And I also recommend drawing what you want it to look like. So doing a sketch of the wall to scale so that you make sure that it's accurate before you start attaching trim to the wall. Okay, so we took a dinner break. Now it's getting a little dark out. I'll show you the progress we've made so far. So we have most of the verticals on the long wall up. We're gonna finish out bringing the trim around the entryway there and bringing it around to the bathroom wall as well. We didn't initially plan for the doorways in our measurements, but once we started, we realized that they had to be done. So if you do have any doorways that are not already trimmed, I would suggest trimming those as well so that they blend into the design of the wall. Now we're at day 2 for this wall. We ran out of vertical paneling last night, so we just decided to call it a night and then ran to the store this morning to get some more trim. And so we're about to finish the vertical trim on this wall. Because we were already dealing with trim that the builders put on the wall, we had to measure each and every piece to get the measurement perfect because, you know, human error, all of the measurements weren't exactly perfect. So for our horizontals, we were very precise with measuring each section. And you might choose to do this even if you have a blank wall as well, because of your own human error, making sure that when you get to your horizontal pieces that they are the exact measurement of that section, even if you try to account for making them perfectly even. I forgot to mention that we went through and sealed up all of the nail holes with joint compound. And we also caulked the seams between the trim, and we've now gone through, we're sanding everything down because the painters come tomorrow to paint this thing. So I forgot to show that part because we've just been trying to get it done. It's really important to fill the nail holes and the seams of the trim against the wall so that it looks flush to the wall. And then the painters came, and this is how it turned out. It is painted bright white, the color of our trim, to match the rest of the trim around our house. If you are curious about how we'll style the entryway from here, stay tuned. Go ahead and subscribe because I will have a video of that coming up in the next few weeks. I'll also show you our painting process because we actually got the entire first floor of our home painted. So stay tuned for that video next week as well. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, comment in the comment section below and tell me what you think. And until next time, love Star.